It's been kind of rough. Like, my mom's over 70 years old. So at 70 years old, especially, her, she's basically worked all of her life. And she shouldn't have to be going through all this at, 70. It's terrible. Feels like we've been moving for 6 months, like, and it's been pretty stressful. I mean, for me, yeah, but what's most stressful to me is when you having to see her go through it. Like, so it's bad, but I mean, it just seems like there has to be an end to it at some point. And in my heart, I know there will be, because these last few months of my life have completely flipped around. Like, I do have faith in God. I know He's working on me, particularly as we speak. I feel like this is maybe probably not my last big test, but for this phase, it's probably my last big test for ascension, or whatever you want to call it, man. Because I believe there's something strong in the background working, man. I mean, it's very strong. I've always known it, like, since I was a kid, but I guess you never really grasp the understanding that you're one of them. Like, you're one of the people He's counted every hair on your head and has a plan for you. And you always feel like me, I always felt like I understand that, and I understand that that's real, but it's not me. I'm not the one He's counting hairs. I'm not the one that is chosen. I'm not the one that God has His hand on and molding. They're not talking about me. They're talking about, but it is me. I know it is me. And this time right now is setting the cornerstone, the foundation stone with my name on it. And right now it just looks like a brick. It don't look like a corner of a monument or world. I don't know. But anyways, so to put a little bit into context, I guess, for anybody that's watching that don't really know what's going on, is so I was gonna say ex-addict. Yeah, I can say ex-addict. But why I said that is, like, I've been going to AA meetings since I was a kid. Like, I used to go with my dad as a young one, and then at age 12, 13, I started, getting to the court system, and they started making me go to them. So I've been to a ton of AA meetings, and there's nothing wrong with them. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them, because it definitely works for a lot of people. I mean, and a lot of people, it seems like, I mean, you never really know, but to me, it really seems, especially like in the town I'm from and was in most of my life. Like I remember going when I first started at 12 or whatever, you know, by myself. Some of the people I seen there that was leaders of the group or whatever, uh, 20, 30 years later, like they're still sitting there and looking great. So I know it works, but just like basically what I'm saying is, I went through all the meetings, I went through all the counseling and the doctors and the diagnosis and the pills and I've retained all that information but I never like fully understood it. Like I can explain it to people, especially like in our group and stuff, that I can like if they didn't understand, I can explain it to them and make perfect sense and understanding, but I never really fully grasped understanding. Like I can repeat it and I can tell other people about it and shit like that, but fully grasp the meaning of things we've been told since we was a kid, not just at AA, just from our parents, teachers, TV shows. Like you can be anything you want to be, or I don't know. But I'm starting to understand it now. And my life has been like, besides the predicament we're in, my life has been going great. Like my relationships have been, um, I'm not in a relationship, but my relationships with my family, my kids and my mom and my uncles and cousins and they all I can see it in them. They're like, wow, this is Chris. Like it's been a long time since we've really talked to Chris. And it feels good. But at the same time, like we woke up this morning, the house got condemned. So mom let me move in with her after a long, crazy relationship I was in. She said I was a narcissist. I know she. I mean, I don't know. It was a pretty wild relationship and intense, but I've been living with her since the last few years, and I didn't go straight to sobriety. I was pretty whacked out for a while, and then started putting effort into it. And over this last year, I have not been sober for a year. It's been a couple months, but I've been working on it hard. And this is probably the longest time I've been sober, besides being in jail, which I don't think really counts. Because it was always pretty easy for me to stay sober in jail, even if I had like people around me that had drugs or anything. Like it was actually very easy for me to turn it down. But out here, it's a whole different thing, man. And I'm not sure what that is. But anyways, so she owned a trailer in a trailer park in the next town over. And she's owned it for like 23 years or something. And the trailer park kept going through different, owners and putting out different rules, sets of rules, and just doing all kinds of stuff. And the trailer was pretty ran down. It needed a lot of work. Actually, just needed to get a new trailer is what we really needed. But we found a guy that had a couple places in Marion, which is where she was driving every day, which is a 20-minute drive there, 20-minute back, almost every day of the week. Because she has a sister in a nursing home here in Marion. And then she has a brother that just moved up here from Florida because she went to a nursing home. and he lives in Marion with his daughter, who just got diagnosed with, I'm not sure the diagnosis, but she has to do dialysis. She's been on that for a couple years now. And my son lives up here with his girl and a couple kids. But so I mean, everything was here, and it just seemed like the right thing. And we got a duplex upstairs and downstairs for one price. So it just seemed just like the perfect thing. We get in here. I mean, it took us a while to get situated, and because it needed a lot of work. It did need a lot of work, but I understood that from the jump, and was in the process of doing that stuff. And then I guess we didn't know the guy that owns the places got himself into some stuff and had to go to court over the properties and all this and that. So they showed up one day and condemned the place. So after being here for a couple months and putting all this money and time, and they condemned the building, and we had to leave that night. Well, the cops was pretty cool about it and stuff, and they understood the situation. And basically, you know, in words said, you know, you guys can take a little bit of time, but the law is you're supposed to be out that night. So it's 3 or 4 days later now, 5 days maybe, and we actually just got our beds over there last night. And he was supposed to have the water fixed and the heat, and the water's not fixed. They had a heater guy there. Found out the furnace motor's out or something, so they had to order one of those. So we woke up freezing, of course. We had to come, and we got 2 dogs. We had 2 little heaters, like coil heaters or whatever you want to call them. One of them ended up going out in the middle of the night, so that was pretty rough. And no water. So of course, we both woke up in a bad mood. Mom really was in her feelings, which is understandable, and it sucks to see, man. It sucks to have to feel like I'm part of the reason, you know. But we're gonna figure it out, and you know, I just wanted to vent a little bit, I guess. I don't know, but here at the old place now, picking up a couple things. I had to get some of my tools because I'm gonna go over and work on the water myself. Landlord, I don't think he's a bad guy. He's just old. He's in his 70s too. And I don't know the situation. I hate to talk on people, but I guess I am. At the same time, I feel like he might have maybe come into some money or something and bought a bunch of old properties, you know, with intentions of fixing them up and renting them out or whatever he's doing. I don't know. But I think he got in over his head, and he didn't really fully grasp the concept of what he would have to go through to do these old buildings. This is Marion, Ohio, and there's some really old buildings here, man. It's an old town. It's an old railroad town. Some of the buildings are amazing, man. Like in this place here, it's a big ass, huge house, and they got it sectioned out into four sections. But I got access to the other side. It's pretty ran down, and there's a hallway in it, leading from like the main hallway that goes to the rooms and stuff. And it's probably 10-foot long hallway, maybe 10 or 12 foot. It's pretty long, but it curves like for no apparent reason at all. I don't think, because none of the other rooms are like curved or anything. Like, it's just a curving hallway, which is it's pretty wild. It goes to the bathroom. That's what it goes to. No, maybe a dining room. I don't know. But a lot of old like cellar basements, like dungeon type basements, dirt floors, and pretty wild. But it's in God's hands, and He's the man, so His plan is where I am.